Assalamu alaikum. Students, today we are going to start with the sonnets, an introduction to sonnet and their types. So first of all, we'll cover the sonnet, what are the important points that will be covered in sonnet, the vocabulary that is used in sonnet, and the types of sonnet. The objective is basically that you will be able to analyze different types of sonnets. So first of all, what is a sonnet? We have already discussed the definition before, but here we are going to discuss everything in more detail because we are going to start with the sonnets, Shakespearean sonnets. So, a sonnet is a very structured type of poetry in which the author attempts to show two related but differing things to the reader in order to communicate something about them. So, basically, in sonnet, two opposite ideas are present, or in order to focus on any one of them. Okay, it was basically developed in Italy in around 13th century. A sonnet shows two related or contrasting ideas or things, example, life versus death, youth versus old age, to communicate something about them. Now, if we talk about the vocabulary, there are a few important things that we have to keep in our mind while we are analyzing the sonnets. Number one is quatrain. Quatrain is basically the stanza of four lines, usually that is present in the Shakespearean sonnet. Then there is octave. Octaves are basically an 8-line stanza used primarily to denote the first 8-line division of the Italian sonnet. So it means octaves are usually 8 lines stanza which were present in Italian sonnets. And usually that comes along with the sustain. Then there is another term that is iambic pentameter. Basically, a 10 syllable line consisting of 5 iambic meter alternating an unstressed or a stress pattern. Basically, in a single line, there are 5 stress and unstressed patterns. We'll discuss this in detail. For the time being, just keep this thing in mind that here in sonnets, there are, especially in case of Shakespearean sonnet, there is iambic pentameter. Then another term is poetic foot. So basically, it is a group of two syllables. Uh, Now, what are the syllables that we'll also discuss it today or maybe tomorrow? We'll see. Now, some more vocabulary is systate. Systate is basically a six line division of an Italian sonnet following the 8-line division. So basically, in an Italian sonnet, there is 8-line stanza that is known as octave and 6-line stanza that is known as systate. So the systate usually makes a specific, a general statement that has been presented in the octave or indicates the personal emotion of the author in a situation that the octave has developed. Then there is another term known as volta, the turn. So basically, turn is some argument is presented in the beginning of the sonnet, and then there is a turn to resolve that problem or to give the solution. The turn in thought from question to answer, problem to solution that occurs at the beginning of this state in the Italian sonnet and sometimes occur in the English sonnet between the 12th and the 13th line. So basically this volta appears in Shakespearean sonnet and Italian sonnet. In Italian sonnet it starts from systate यानी 8 लाइन्स तो ऑक्टेव की हो गई, जो भी प्रॉब्लम था जो भी क्वेश्चन था वो हुआ, और उसके बाद जहाँ से स्टेट स्टार्ट हो रहा है दैट इज द 9th लाइन, फ्रॉम देयर स्टार्ट द वोल्टा दैट इज द टर्न of the thought, or you can say the idea, shift of the idea. Whereas in Shakespearean sonnet it is almost towards the 12th or the 13th line and usually marked by but, yet, or and yet. So these were the important terms that you should keep in your mind while you are analyzing the sonnet. Now, if we talk about the types of sonnet, then there are three types: English sonnet, or commonly known as Shakespearean sonnet, Second one is Italian sonnet, or commonly known as Petrarchian sonnet, and the third one is Spenserian sonnet. And these three types are based on the, I mean, named on the basis of their poets. Like Shakespearean sonnets और English sonnet was, this pattern was introduced by Shakespeare, इसलिए वो उसके नाम पे Shakespearean sonnet कहा जाता है. जो Petrarchian sonnet का फॉर्मेट है, स्टाइल है, वो Petrarch ने इंट्रोड्यूस कराया था. इसी तरह Spenserian sonnet का जो फॉर्मेट है, that was introduced by Spenser. So that's why there are three types of sonnets. Now, starting with the Italian sonnet, that is, which is also known as Petrarchian sonnet, it is distinguished by its division, which I've already explained before, that there are two stanzas in Italian sonnet, octave and sistere. The rhyming scheme of octave is ABBA, ABBA. 8 lines हैं, 4 किए. ABBA and then again ABBA. So these 8 lines combine together to form an octave. Whereas the sistate, the rhyming scheme of sistate has little variety. It can be CDE, CDE, or CDC, CDC, or CDE, DCE. So there are three possibilities of sistate rhyming scheme. So basically, I hope it's clear that Italian sonnet has got, sonnet is basically a 14 line. Like in Italian sonnet's division is octave and a sistate, 8 and 6 lines. Now, the octave basically presents a narration, some kind of detail is there, and it states a preposition, some idea or some problem is stated, or it raises a question. Whereas in sistate, it drives home the narrative by making an abstract comment. So if it's a narration, then there is a final comment in sistate. If it states a preposition, if there is any problem and if any idea is presented, then in sistate it implies the preposition. If there is a question in the octave, then the problem or the question is answered or resolved in sistate. Now, if we talk about Shakespearean sonnet, there are 4 divisions in Shakespearean sonnet: 3 quatrain and a couplet. I have discussed this before as well, that 3 quatrain, each with a rhyming scheme of its own, usually rhyming alternating lines. Okay? And there is a couplet. It means 3 quatrain, 4 lines each. And then there is a couplet that is 2 lines at the end. And usually the Shakespearean rhyming scheme is A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F, G, G. It means first 2 lines are rhyming, then third and fourth are rhyming, then fifth and sixth are rhyming, and 7, 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12, and then finally last 2 lines, that is the couplet, are rhyming. In this way, Shakespearean sonnet is designed. Now, each quatrain develops a specific idea, but one closely related to the idea in the other quatrain. They say in Italian sonnet, it was octave and sistate, right? Here there are 4 quatrains. So the ideas that are presented in one quatrain, in the first quatrain, are related with the second one and the third one. Not only is the English sonnet the easiest in terms of its rhyming scheme, calling for only 4 pairs of rhyming words rather than groups of 4, but it is the most flexible in terms of the placement of the volta. ठीक है, तो जो वोल्टा है, जो टर्न है, वो इसमें बहुत इजीली और क्लियरली आइडेंटिफाई किया जा सकता है शेक्सपियरियन सोनेट में. So Shakespeare often places the turn as it is in the Italian at L9, means in line number 9, 9 to 12 के बीच में आपके शेक्सपियरियन सोनेट्स में वोल्टा मिलेगा, that is the turn. So you can easily identify that this is the place where the thoughts or the ideas are changing now. Now you can see that these are the 2 major forms, Italian and Shakespearean, or you can say English sonnet. ABBA, ABBA, it is octave, and then at the end of the octave is the turn. in Petrarchian sonnet, and then there is a system. Whereas if we look at the Shakespearean sonnet, then it is A B A B C D C D E F E F. So these are the three quatrain, and then before the couplet, or you can say the first line of the couplet has the turn, the final argument. Okay, and then the last two are rhyming with each other. Now the third type of sonnet is Spenserian sonnet. The Spenserian sonnet was invented by Edmund Spenser, complicates the Shakespearean form, like for example, linking rhyming among the quatrains. So there is a rhyming scheme is to some extent similar to that Shakespearean sonnet, but different. A B A B B C B C C D C D E E. This is the rhyming scheme of Spenserian sonnet. There does not appear to be a requirement that the initial octave sets up a problem that the closing sestet answer, as is in the case with Petrarchian sonnet. So this is the most simplest one. It is there is no requirement that there will be a problem and there will be a solution. Okay, it is free from the problems and the solutions. Some kind of argument is going on. That's it. So it is very rare among modern poets. Usually, Spenserian sonnets are not used by the modern poets or any other poet except Spenser, whereas Shakespearean sonnet is still followed by many of the poets. So that's all for this lecture.